Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
This video contains content that is not suitable for all audiences. Some of the information in the following video could be shocking to some viewers and is likely to cause unexpected reactions. This video is for educational purposes only and does not break any of YouTube's policies as outlined in their community guidelines. Viewer discretion to be advised. Happy Wednesday night. Welcome in Wednesday. Welcome to the R.I.F.T Nation Network. We are streaming live tonight on a Wednesday. I remembered it was Wednesday. We are streaming on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, Facebook, and Twitch. We are here for a Wednesday evening of Mysteries Beyond the Scenes, where forensic astrology and true crime come together and we solve mysteries in the missing. We attempt to look at all things and solve them via astrology, and also with the help of our lovely clairvoyants that are always in a group chat that drop their clues. And if they please get clues and don't want to drop them in the chat, PM them to me because I look at them. I absolutely keep an eye on them. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello, Keith, Lee, Ruru, Jennifer. Let's see. Gosh, you guys, welcome in. Come on in, friends, for Wednesday. True Crime Wednesday. Lee, Tammy, Kathy, Miss Linda. I hope everybody's having a great night. Miss Michelle, I saw you running on there. Miss Ruru, Tammy, Sue. Hello, Miss Sue. Sue, wake up. Hi, Jennifer. How are you, dear? Hope everybody's doing well this Wednesday evening. I know, Mr. Keith, I hope you're staying safe with all your tornadoes out where you are, Mr. Keith. Stay safe. I am too, Jennifer. For anybody that does not know, I am so excited too. I'm really excited about this class. May 11th, in conjunction with my friend Donna, who owns a shop in my area, the Silver Wolf Treasures and Gift, we are presenting the astrology, the series, May 11th. So, I'll talk about it at the end and show you guys some more information. It is going to be a great, I keep adding on to the content, unfortunately. And I know we probably can't be on Zoom with the class like from 3 to midnight, but we won't. I'm kidding. But I keep adding things in, thinking, oh, this would be fun to show these guys. But it's the astrology. It's going to be the foundation to get your foundation started. It's not going to be tough. I promise. Jennifer, I was a bit scared because I know absolutely nothing except what I've learned here. That's everybody. That's everybody's level, Jennifer. So don't be scared. Actually, I'm not very what's it called? Where you're scared of somebody. I'm pretty laid back, and I'm a hands-on learner. So I have to have it hands-on. I can't. I'm not good with a book. I lose my place. I'm just not a good book person. Oh, Ruru, you're so sweet. That's who should be teaching is Miss Rue. When we get the foundation laid and get a couple classes under our belts for forensic astrology, I'm going to talk Rue into helping me with the class because Rue is just you can map like she does forensic mapping like nobody's business. Her lines are so clean and beautiful. Mine are pretty junky. I have to try my lines over and over again, and they're still kind of whacked. But it's going to be a great class. It's a great look at Keith. I'm a total beginner too. What I know I learned from Joni off the show, and here's Michelle too. Everybody's newbies. I'll be a newbie too. Everybody is a newbie. And what's great about it is the second part of class, everybody's going to get their own private natal chart emailed to them. So we're going to learn how to interpret a natal chart, and you're going to be looking at yourself. So it's going to be like looking in a mirror going, this is crazy. This is when I was born and I do this now. What? And Linda too, Miss Linda, I'm a beginner too. It's going to be great. I'm excited too. But there's really cute little things that I keep thinking of, like what your Venus sign is in. Everybody has different planets in different signs. So my Venus is in Libra. Keith's is in Scorpio. So, for example, you dress according to your Venus, what your Venus colors are. Or so like, Venus in Libra would be a lot of pinks, a lot of peaches, a lot of lighter colors. Keith would be a lot of like black or maroons or, so really little cute tidbits. I'm going to be putting them in there. So I'm excited too, you guys. So excited. Hello, Mr. Odell, evening travelers and those alike. We thank you all for being here. Hi, Chris. Welcome in, everybody. Come on in. Really, that's wild. It is, Jennifer. Like Leo. Okay, like Miss Carrie Lynn, she'll probably pop in. But, Leo, I thought of her. Gold, yellows, oranges. It's just kind of neat. Can't, okay, Capricorn, purple, Lee, purples, silver, darker green. So it's just little interest, but see, it's your Venus. So we got to figure out what your Venus is. I love black clothes. I love white clothes. I'm, Libra. I just like I like all clothes. Venus is in Cancer, silver, Rue, silvery stuff, shimmery, gray, silver, off-white, white. There you go, Miss Ruru. How is everybody? You guys doing well? We have had another week of true crime. Just so busy. It has, and I know Rue can attest to this, and I know you guys follow true crime, Michelle too. It's been another nonstop week of updates on true crimes. Like we've followed Sebastian's case, and that had some possible sightings this week. We're still waiting. I don't know if anybody can clarify if the possible sighting on a somebody saw they thought was Sebastian at like a rest stop. They took a picture. We don't know if that was Sebastian. We're still waiting. We've got the Delphi trial coming up in middle of May. And next week, I'm going to showcase the trial information getting ready for Delphi with the old, it's not old, but when we first did the Delphi homicide and we didn't have a perp, I'm going to do the Delphi charts, show you guys the mapping, the charts. You know, we still have all this Odin information coming through on Delphi. So this is going to be an interesting trial. There are no cameras permitted in the court, which I'm a little upset about that. But, we're going to have like JLR's probably going to be there, and he'll probably be there reporting. So we're going to have a lot of boots on the ground at the Delphi trial. If I could make it up there, I would go as well. So before we get started, let's all give a holler, see what Tammy's saying. Here we go, group. Prayers for Kathy and her husband. He's being interviewed for a better company on base. Hey, we will put out good vibes and prayers out to your hubby, Kathy. Best of luck, Kath. Good. I hope, you know what, Kathy, right now we've got wonderful Jupiter transits are happening right now, aren't they, Rue? Very lucky right now. May, I'll give you guys a little, I know we usually don't do regular astrology, but May is one of the best months in 2024 for us. So there's a lot of good energy in May. Keith and I talked about it last Monday. Go back on YouTube and watch that video if you're looking for a video to watch, because May is phenomenal. So he's got good planet vibes behind him, Kath. They just found a female body in San Antonio not identified, has pigtails. That's unique. San Antonio, I don't know if we have any cases down in that area. Do we, Tammy? Well, I know Kathy is down there, but there's no pigtails, not that I can think of. Rue, can you think of any outstanding cases in San Antonio? You know what? There are a couple cases out there where there was one girl with pigtails, but I don't remember who it was. Interesting. Very interesting. Where was she found, Tammy? Tell us, do you know? And we'll try to figure it out. Keep our fingers crossed for the family. Tonight, I wanted to go through a case that you all, I know you're going to remember, that we covered. Kathy says, just my daughter. Yeah, we have Valerie down in that area. Kathy's daughter missing. Highway 211, Kathy. We have Kathy's daughter missing. That's in Castroville, in that area. We'll have to keep our ears open for that. That's interesting. Thanks for that update, Tam. Tonight, we've got two cases to cover. And we know it's not Val, right? Okay, this is a case, you guys, that we have covered before. If you remember, back in August of 2023, Rachel Morin was hiking, mother of five, beautiful young girl, went out for a walk on the Ma and Pa Heritage Trail in Maryland around 6 p.m. that evening. Rachel has been walking on this trail since she was a little girl. She knew this area. She's very familiar with this trail in this area. So this is what I want to bring to everybody's attention. Rachel's mother was on Nancy Grace last week, and her attorney, her mother has an attorney, and they would like everybody. And they said, please put the word out to everybody that if you're on a show or if even on your regular Facebook page, please share this composite drawing. Rachel was found, if you all remember, and if you're not familiar with this case, we did it. And you'll have to go back in our YouTubes. I did a case on Rachel. I did the map and everything on poor Rachel. She was found badly beaten and, on the trails. Now, we've got this composite from this particular perp because he had attacked someone else in California, left that hat at the home. They got the DNA off of that hat, that particular hat he's wearing. And in Maryland, across the country, that DNA matched. This is the composite drawing. They feel it's an excellent composite. They're under a campaign to get this drawing out to as many people as we can, because somebody knows this guy. Somebody knows something about this particular man. It's a very excellent composite drawing. She was brutally unalived in this park and found. This is a video of this particular gentleman, the perp, after the attack that occurred in California. So look up Rachel Morin, Morin, that case. I will put this composite on my Facebook page, Joni Templeton Skinner. If we're not friends, send me a friend request and just share it out. So if we could possibly start to just share it once a week, get it moving on social media, maybe we can get this composite sketch out there and somebody will, somebody will recognize this perp. He's got to be caught. He's attacked twice that we're aware of, and that means he'll attack again. This was a brutal homicide. Probably the hair is now grown. I imagine he's attempted to change his looks, but probably has longer hair right now. But let's do what we can just to, asking everybody, just share it. He went from California for this one attack to Maryland. So he could be anywhere. He could be in, girls up in Canada. He could be in Mexico. He could be in any state, anywhere. So, the power of social media, we can just share. It's 2 seconds to share. Do you know this guy? That's it. And we'll share it out. We'll do our part for her family. I know you families go through so much. And if it's just something as little as sharing a composite sketch like this, and it's an excellent sketch. So let's get that done. Thanks, you guys, for that. We'll get that done. Now, this case tonight, we have another Oklahoma case. It seems like all we've been doing are Oklahoma and Tennessee. Then Tennessee, then Oklahoma, then Oklahoma. It's crazy. Texas, too. Now, this particular case for this young man, Noah Presgrove, see that little red dot? That's where this occurred, down in a little rural area in Oklahoma. Now, I had never heard of this case until recently. It didn't get a lot of media play, and I'm not quite sure why, but it's starting to pick up now. True crimers in the true crime community, Nancy Grace is picking it up. Other YouTubers are picking it up. Now, Noah, on Labor Day weekend in 2023, this young, handsome, athletic, very popular young man. He was a recent high school graduate getting ready to go into the military. Okay. He went to a birthday party. It was like a 4-day party, 2-day party, what young people go to, parties in the summer, Labor Day weekend. And the kids that were at the party, it's alleged there were 40, there were 60, there were 30. Nobody really knows. Stated that Noah wanted to go for a walk. He couldn't find his other shoes, so he put on somebody else's shoes. So he had on one of his shoes and a friend's shoe, and he left to go for a walk. That was one of the stories. Now, apparently, the story has changed numerous times depending on what child, well, I'll call them a child, but they're kids, younger people who were at the party. They told one story, they told another. It was very heavily put on social media, on Instagram. There are a lot of videos of Noah from that evening. You know, he was a very popular, fun kid. So they've got that. Noah was found in the early morning hours on Sunday morning around 5 a.m. And I'm going to show you the map on the side of the road with a tarp over him. He had no clothes on except the two not matching shoes. Now, Noah had on one of his shoes and then another shoe that he looked for because he couldn't find his other shoe. No other clothing. He was very, very beaten up. His teeth were in the highway, all strewn across the highway. He had horrific facial injuries, a head injury, finger injuries, but there were no injuries to the bottom of his body. Now, could this be an ATV accident? Absolutely. Could this be where he was jumped? Absolutely. Foul play. Somebody knows something. Kids talk. We know kids talk. It is still, the family says, it's still under investigation. They have not gotten any reports, nothing. It's going on since Labor Day of last year. Still under investigation. And I thought Noah's story needs to get out. It needs to be told. It needs to be shared. And this family, the least they can do is get a report, or law enforcement can give them some updates on it's an ongoing investigation. We hear that more than anything, you guys, in the true crime community, don't we? It's an ongoing investigation. Now, this is Noah. Look, now, this young man, what a handsome, sweet young man. You know, his family said he was so funny. He was just a doll. He had a lot of friends, a lot of girls. Everybody liked Noah. So was this an accident? Were the kids, what kids do? Were they goofing off in truck? Was he in the back of a truck? Did he fall off of the back of a truck? Who knows? It doesn't matter, but the family needs closure. The family needs to know. So that's why we're going to showcase Noah's story tonight. Hi, Miss Donna. Hey, all, better late than never. Yes, ma'am. Welcome in. Lee, yeah, he was naked. Someone wanted to humiliate him. And, if that is, do you think that's the case? Could be. And he had the shoes on. Motive, jealousy. Yeah, could be. He had a lot of friends. He was, look at young, athletic, handsome boy. Just such a handsome boy. Okay, this is the area, guys. In the area, I made it bigger. There's the party house on Highway 81. I know Tammy says, "Oh, he's cute." Oh, I think he could have been he's like Hollywood model, handsome. He's movie star handsome. He's just a doll. If you notice, look at this. There's the party house, Terrell, Oklahoma, small little town. And that's where he was found. So that's what, quarter of a mile, if that. That's where Noah was found, on the side of the road with a tarp over him. Now, there is a report that the head injury was not the cause of being unalive, but he suffered internal injuries due to broken ribs. Now, I do know because there are a lot of ATVs in our area, as like up in the mountains as well. A lot of ATVs. Kids have a lot of wrecks on ATVs, and they are wicked accidents. So I'm not going to rule that out either. But Rue, I know you're on here. I did not get a really, really good timestamp. And as you all know, in forensic astrology, to compile the chart, we use what's called an event chart. We don't do a natal chart. We take the time when the person was last seen, a last text message, a last phone message, on a ring camera, and that's the time stamp that we use. And then we get the chart, the astrology chart. From those calculations, let's say Noah was missing. From that, I would map it, which shows a map. But because we know where Noah was, he was found pretty much immediately. We don't need a map, but the chart is sketchy. The chart is sketchy because we really didn't get a good timestamp. So if anybody has done any more research on this and can find a better timestamp for me, please send it to me and I'll do another chart. Okay, Lee's given us some insight. Let's see what you got, Lee. I got to make it smaller. Okay, here we go. I don't know why it says hide message. Okay, here we go. Wait, my bad. I got to come down here. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So Lee says a girlfriend of a friend of his had an interest in him and her BF didn't like it. I imagine he had a lot of girls after him. He's a doll. He's darling. I'm sure he had every female around. The girl's boyfriend didn't like him at all. But would that cause him to unalive him? I mean, I get it, but that's tricky it is very tricky without a good timestamp. Without a good timestamp, then we're playing, iffy. We're iffy about it. When you see this chart, Rue, it's very telling. But I want you to weigh in because I just do. I'm never that comfortable when I don't have a really good timestamp. When I have a good timestamp, I'm 99.9% for sure because Kirsty's method is very accurate. And Michelle says that with today's society, probably so. Yeah, that's true. That's sad but true, isn't it? I keep thinking like back in the day when I was young, wouldn't have thought of that. Here is a vigil for him, just so well loved. The family wants answers. They want the investigation. And you know as well as I do, you guys, when they start to push these kids, allegedly they've got the phones of some of the kids that evening. Now, we just saw in Oklahoma, they went through phones of the two missing moms because we did that case within 2 or 3 days. They knew what was on those phones. Dylan Round's phone was in a pond. It was thrown in a pond. They got the information off of Dylan Round's phone. So why they're not getting information off of phones in this case is beyond me because we know they can do it. We know they can do it. So this is where Noah was put to rest. So here we go, Miss Rue. Let's take a look at the chart that we do have. Okay, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. At 1 a.m., allegedly, a bunch of kids erased their phones. Okay. So as usual, we're going to look at the green arrows, which that's Noah, okay, as the victim. He's in look at the green arrows, the fourth house. He's Mercury with the one green arrow at the bottom in the little house that's number 4. What is the fourth house? That's at home. He was at a home. He was at a party at a home. Remember, the moon is always the co-ruler of the victim. 11th house with friends. So, this is when the friends were allegedly erasing phones. Jupiter is the perp because Sagittarius, the yellow, the ruling planet is Jupiter. It's in the 12th house, so it's hidden. He's hidden. But what I don't like about this chart, and Rue, I want you to weigh in too. What I don't like about this, we have something in forensic astrology where you can see it's called a death pattern, where it might not have occurred yet, but the pattern is starting to begin. So we've got end of the matter with the blue arrow at the house. What represents phones? Mercury. In the house, we've got the perp is hidden, but up in the 8th house, which is death, we've got Pluto, which is chaos. So, and we've got Neptune up at the top, 26, up at the very top of the chart, the little arrow. Videos. Mars is in there. There's something occurring at 1 o'clock in this death pattern with Mars, which is hitting up to Pluto, which is hitting around unexpected around this perp. Now, this to me, I would call the pattern is beginning. It's beginning. And that's at 1 a.m. So something so I kind of did that to see, okay, did something occur at 1 a.m.? Absolutely it occurred. It's showing us in the home, phones, the perp is still hidden. So the perp is not yet identified, but Mars is down there. So there's anger. Something. Okay, are you following me with that, Rue? I think so too. So this death pattern is beginning at 1 a.m. for Noah. Okay. Now let's take a look at the 3. It's like, what was it? The 3 something a.m. Now this is the chart I feel that really tells the story. As you can see, Noah over to the left where his name is, it's the Cancer. What does Cancer rule? The moon. We're going to look up at the 10th house. Noah is out in the open. Okay. So we know Noah's out in the open. He was found on that highway out in the open. Okay. We're going to look and see who the perp is. The perp now is identified by Saturn. If you can see, look over into the 8th, the 9th house, kind of. 9th house, Saturn. That can also be remains. But in our chart, it's the perp. What's the 9th house? The 9th house is a highway. So we do know that Noah was found on that highway. Okay. We look down and we don't know it was in a car, or was it an ATV? 3rd house, in the neighborhood. We look down at the bottom, Mercury. Next is the car in the neighborhood. And it's hitting Uranus. What does Uranus speak about? It's unexpected accidents. It's an unexpected attack. By who? 11th house, friends. It doesn't necessarily have to be a friend. It could be an acquaintance. He knew however he passed over, he knew the people he was with. So whether this was an ATV accident, which could be Uranus, but Uranus could also be an attack, like where he was sucker punched or jumped. Uranus sneaks up. It's always unexpected. Now, if you look over into where I wrote real big, female, there's a female that heads right up to that group of friends. So there is a female that saw something or knows something that is the intricate witness in this case is a female. The end of the matter really occurred at the home, violence around the home area with Mars in there. We go to the top, up to the midheaven. He was up in the open. There were videos of something because Neptune is right up at that midheaven. So I would say absolutely get the video. It's videoed or there's pictures somewhere on this phone. And then we got 7th house. We've got Pluto, which is the perp's house. And Pluto is the chaos. It's the unaliving. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just a little off on the timestamp. Now, out in public, he was out in public. That was, I looked that up. And, Pluto, where it's at, kind of where it was at, it's a very, very quick current change of events. Something happened very quickly with Uranus and Pluto sitting where it's sitting. And we've got Jupiter up there that made it bigger, that expanded this, because Jupiter always expands things. Something's really weird too, because we've got a fixed star called Sheet. Keith and I say Sheet. It was conjunct Neptune. That always signifies water. What water has to do with any of this, I have no idea, because he was not found anywhere near water. So that's a complete mystery on that one. So let's go through the chat and see what you guys are thinking about this. Okay. It's great. I think it's pretty good chart, but I'm always 50-50 when I don't have a good timestamp. Lee says, definitely review all the vigils. Look for a head down, hands in pocket. Body language always tells the story of guilt. Let me tell you something. With all that in the 11th house, everybody knows that was there, knows what happened in that 11th house. There's no doubt in my mind. Absolutely. That's your social acquaintances. That's your people. That's people you're around. That's friends. Everybody everybody knew. People know. I don't know, Rue. I mean, what do you think about that, Rue? I'm going to ask you to chime in as well. Looks like a good chart to me. I think it's okay. Oh, hello, Crossover Paranormal Society. How are you? Welcome in. Oh, Miss Donna. Let's see what Miss Donna and her intuition's telling her. Just me. He was with somebody and possibly somebody's boyfriend caught him, and a fight led to him running and getting hit on the road. Okay, they have ruled out. I'm glad you brought that up. They have ruled out a hit and run because of the patterns, apparently, of the wounds. It was not. That's what they claim, allegedly. That's what the LE, law enforcement, because there were no injuries to the bottom part of the body, and there were when you're in a motorcycle wreck, you get the scrapes. It was up on a shoulder with gravel, and the mouth injury and the nose. I think if he was beaten up, he was definitely jumped. He was definitely jumped. Yeah. And would also explain the nudity, possibly. That's weird. I think that's just weird. Isn't that weird with the shoe? His shoes were still on. I think that's a really, really big clue, Donna, is him with the nudity. I think that's a bigger clue than I think it's a big clue. Okay, Rue says, yeah, he knew whoever was involved. Absolutely. 11th house, it looks like this all started to brew about 1 a.m. Maybe they were all out on ATVs acting goofy. We don't know. But if that were the case, wouldn't you have called 911 if there was an ATV accident? And if there was an ATV accident, why was he covered with a tarp? You would leave him at the accident scene where the ATV would have, where there would have been a wreck, because you would have wanted help. You would have run and got help and left him there or whatever. Where did the tarp come from? What DNA was on the tarp? Was that from the house? Did they pick that up at the house? There had to have been something on that tarp. Where's that report? Where's that report? Michelle, I think he was jumped. Injuries would make more sense. Fetal position would indicate pain, maybe. Yes, with broken ribs. Yes, he was found I'm glad you mentioned that, Michelle. He was found in a fetal position on the side of the highway with a tarp on top of him. Broken ribs and internal injuries. Somebody, if they're jumped, 4 people, whatever have you, however many people can jump you. Yeah, it's crazy. Hi, Miss Monica. Evening all. Okay, here we go. Okay, if they were in a hot tub or a pool and got caught, that's true. But he said what they said happened is he said he was going off for a walk. But there's your water. Here's Keith. Water, liquid alcohol. Could be. Neptune is alcohol. Could be alcohol or drugs. Is this just a situation that something really turned bad very quickly and all the kids are covering at something? Yes, alcohol could be. And Tammy says that, Donna, that's what I was thinking. And Donna feels, okay, got it. He was jumped then. Isn't that a shame? Isn't this just absolutely horrific for a family to? But what I don't understand is, why is this not being investigated after a year? An open investigation. Well, how open can this investigation be? Put pressure on the people at the party. It's very sad for his family. It's just mind-boggling. During the fight, he was accidentally unalived, and they dumped the body with a tarp due to fear of prison. Yeah. I think, okay, yeah, exactly, Donna. If people are kicking the crap out of you on the ground, you will be in the fetal position. Yes. Yes. I had a friend that, this is way back when, up in the mountains of Kentucky, that he was beaten to an unalive status with shots to the kidney, and he was placed on an ATV and drove down the mountain to make it look like an ATV accident. And through the investigation and through the medical examiner, they're like, this was no ATV accident. And ATV accidents are pretty nasty. They can be nasty. ATVs weigh a lot. So that's true. Yeah, the fetal position. And Donna says, I'm with Keith as a possibility. Very sad. Yes. Keith says one good kick in the mouth could send flying many feet. Teeth. His teeth were scattered all over the highway, apparently. And a broken nose, I think, and then a gash in the head. Now, could this have been where they were? Here's another thought: where they were horseplaying with a truck. Could this be a fall out of a truck via horseplay? Was there horseplay going on? Oh, it's a mystery. Michelle, why is it not a murder investigation? Foul play. That's a good question. Why is this just sitting? Why is this not? What's this been ruled? What has his unalive been ruled? So they labeled it as suspicious. Suspicious of what? Suspicious of what? This family deserves answers. Brutal, Linda. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Michelle says, nope, they couldn't have called 911. Yeah. What if there was dope going on too? Lots of drugs, underage kids. It was a 2-day party, 4-day party, whatever. A lot of people were, so it was a lot going on at this. But I hope, and I think that's the only, oh, wait, okay, I'll show you another chart I did. Another chart that we can look at. And don't get too confused with this, you guys, with the class girls, because I don't want you to get too confused. But this was his natal chart, okay? I wanted to show you guys his natal chart. And on the outside of the chart, your natal chart is stationary. That's the camera shot of when you were born. That's your natal chart, is on the inside of the circle. Now, on the outside of the circle is the planets that are going around him at that time. And like I always say, I really don't analyze it too much on a natal chart. However, there were a couple of things that stuck out to me like, oh, crap. We always look to the lunar nodes, South Node and the North Node. North Node is the soul contract. The South Node is your past lives and karma. That North Node was getting triggered and activated like crazy. And we had Pluto, Rue. Transiting Pluto was right on his descendant. And it was together with Chiron. Chiron is the physical body. This was happening on his natal chart. I got his natal chart right here. But there was so much going on his little natal chart. He was a rising Leo. The thing about a rising Leo is I don't think this kid I don't believe he had any enemies. People loved him. He was just really something else. But that's what was going on at that time, okay, in his natal chart. Yeah, he was a rising Leo. So let me see what else I got on his natal chart. I was going to tell you, yeah, rising Leo. He was a Taurus. That's right, rising Leo, Taurus sun. There's his looks. Moon in Scorpio. So we had that Scorpio, that magnetic Scorpio look. Uranus, another thing was happening on this night. And I'll tell you guys, we have the fixed star that we call Algol. Algol is what we all call it, is the demon star. It's head. It's that. Algol's not good. The fixed star Algol in his chart was conjunct with Uranus. So there we go, unexpected to the head, to the neck area. So this is if the scenario to me is jumped. If he were jumped and it was not an accident of some kind with a vehicle, then it was unexpected from behind jumped. That's just I'm going completely on astrology and what the chart is saying. Donna, it's the naked thing. I'm still thinking he was sexual with someone or was lured to have sex. So, excellent. Do you know what another crime person stated as well? That when I was watching this, it was on YouTube. He was a forensic expert. He would have ordered a rape kit because he said, irregardless if it's a male or a female, you want to know what's going on because the underwear were found. So you would have done a kit. So, I agree, Donna. I think the whole naked thing is very telling. Kathy, they need to look at his so-called friends. Absolutely. And number two, here's my thing. Why aren't people talking? Why aren't you talking? Why aren't you giving this family closure? Why aren't you talking about it? Frustrating. Blunt force trauma, but not the cause of actual death. That is still pending to my understanding. Exactly, Michelle. So that might explain the algal head, but algal is usually the neck, but that could be head, neck, from behind Uranus. And apparently there was the gash in the head from behind. So perhaps he was taking his walk and was jumped again in a compromising position, perhaps, Donna, that somebody lured him there to take a walk. Oh, I'll meet you here. And then boom, he gets it. Lee, maybe detective is using the device that you can listen to from outside their home. This wishful thought would be awesome, though. I don't think there's any detectives doing anything. I don't think they're doing much of anything. They're apparently totally agree. Because they are covering for their children. Yes. Well, I think somebody needs to talk. Not talking because things are being hidden. Absolutely. Small towns. We know how that goes. Small towns. Yes. Yes. Wasn't there an article of clothing found besides him too? Shorts, I think. Yes. And also underwear. Underwear. They should have done a kit. I wonder if they did do a rape kit. Donna, true, he could have been raped and beaten to death over jealousy. People aren't talking because if they saw it, the fear alone of what could happen to them. Absolutely. Small town. Money, perhaps, payola. It's a mystery, isn't it? Plus, if he was sexual with a female, there would be DNA. Absolutely. If they lawyered up, then Ellie runs. Yep. Now I've heard, you get the thing about it is that his family stated, they just want answers. They just want to know what happened, and I agree with that. And the fact that they're not getting anything. Oh, it's an open investigation, but it's gone on since 2023. Well, that's not good enough. I think it's terrible, and sometimes families unfortunately have to get lawyers. And that's a shame because this is what they should be doing. This is a young man, and the family is owed an explanation. Okay, guys, does anybody have anything else in the old chat they want to weigh in? It's a mystery, isn't it, guys? This is such a sad case because I think such a young boy that was getting ready to go into the service. It just breaks my heart. Okay, you guys, that's that case. May 11th, class via update. I'm doing the list for the June 15th class for scheduling. Please PM me for the June 15th to get on that list, registration to get on that list. And also, if you want to register and you're not international, please get it in quickly as possible so Donna and I can get the books and the information to you, because time's kind of running out, isn't it, Miss Donna, to get you all into the class. And like I say, this is just going to be such a great class. Build that foundation, because eventually I would love to do a forensic class when we get and have Rue help, have Rue help when we get a foundation. So don't forget about the class. Small town seems like they would have something by now. Absolutely. I know. I saw this. You're more than welcome, Miss Linda. I saw it on Nancy Grace. I had not heard of this case with this young man. I had not heard of this case. And you would have thought this would have been a case that would have taken off. Law enforcement many times don't have many resources or equipment, but they could reach out to the sheriff and or the FBI. Absolutely. I mean, look what they did for the two, this is Oklahoma, and I get, that there's rural areas, but we had the two moms, and that investigation was pretty much wrapped up in less than a week with phones. 5 perps were arrested. They solved that one pretty quickly. So, I don't understand it, but we will keep Noah's name out there. I'll keep you guys updated. And, Miss Donna says, yes, going to send the books, put Saturday to reach in time. Okay, yes, by Saturday, you guys, please, if you want to register for class, I'll get you the link. Just PM me, and it's going to be a great class. I'm so excited. I absolutely cannot wait. Cannot wait. And Sir Keith, we have one officer here in town. Funds are limited. Was on city council. I know. Sure. And they could call in for any other state agency for help. Absolutely, they could. They could call in for help. Why do I get the feeling who did it could be part of a prominent family cover-up? Because you're an intuitive, and you know that because you're psychic. And I had just from the Reddit rumor mill, which I don't hate to quote the Reddit rumor mill, but I will, because in my opinion, and it was on the Reddit rumor mill, that people that were involved or know somebody, one of the family members in this area was either a judge or a lawyer or a high prominent citizen in the area. Now that could be a complete and utter Reddit rumor, but I think it's kind of funny that rumor that you picked it up intuitively, Donna. Like I said, I give a lot of weight to intuition and clairvoyance. So if you're getting that feeling and that was a Reddit rumor, that says a lot, Donna. And you're an intuitive. So I don't know. That's the case for this week, you guys. Thanks for chiming in and weighing in. Next week, we're going to talk about the Delphi trial. That's going to be heading underway. But I also wanted to show you all the charting and the mapping that went into the Delphi case and all of its unexpected twists and turns and the clairvoyant clues that were picked up on this. I've got an interesting file on the Delphi case, and we are still looking at allegations of the Odinism that occurred in the Delphi case. How the girls were allegedly posed with the rune symbols and the Odinism. And I'll tell you what, I think the defense has got a good case. I'm just putting my money on the defense on this case, but we'll just have to wait and see how that one turns out. Oh, you're more than welcome, Miss Kathy. Great show. I know. It's so sad. Donna, thanks for your input, hon. It's great. Prayers for his family. Absolutely. We'll all say prayers for Noah and his family. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. But have a great week. If you have any questions on the class, just holler, throw me a PM. I'm excited. I hope Donna's excited. I know all you guys are excited. I can't wait. We're going to have a great astrology class. And I will see you guys next week for a review of the Delphi case and any other cases that come up. So in the meantime, listen in and have a great week. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks a million. Let me find this. Have a super, super week. And remember, May is just kick butt month for astrology. It's going to be a good month. Great energy. So have a great week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.